Welcome to Lele Guruji Yoga Varga. Today we are going to learn a sequence of 12 different postures in which we shall have side bending, twisting, forward bending, backward bending, lifting, some different activities like Surya Namaskar. In Surya Namaskar, we only the two main activities, that is forward bending and backward bending. But in this sequence of 12 postures, you will get many different activities. So let's see the whole sequence. The legs are about a foot away, toes pointed inward, stand straight, close your eyes. Once have a good deep breath. Okay. Now fold your left arm over a back. So please show us how you are doing in over a back once. So the palm should be pointing upward. As in Gomukhasana, we raise the palm, we need to raise this palm upward. Okay. Now again turn this way and let's see the whole sequence. Now raise your right arm upward and bend towards left. This is the first posture of this sequence, Tiryak Tadasana. Keeping both legs about a foot away, folding the left arm over a back, raising the right one and bending towards left. This is posture number 1. Now stand straight and we are going to perform Prati Namaskar over a back. Let's see how the Namaskar looks over a back. So this is how the Namaskar is. Now see the both palms, they are very tight together. Now push your elbows backward, raise your head and bend backwards. This is Prati Namaskar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Okay. Stand straight. Now lower down your both arms. Yes. And standing in the same posture, please again turn forward. We are going to perform Vrikshasana first. So raise your left leg and press your left heel against the right thigh. Stretch your both arms sideways first. Turn them upside and raise it to make the Namaskar. So the both palms, they are very tight together and whole body is in straight line, Vrikshasana. The knee should be pushed little backward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now stretch your both arms sideways. Now lower down the left leg and stretch it as away as possible. So you need to land the left leg little away from the right one and just bend it so that you will be in Virabhadrasana. Okay, this is the next posture. Now next to it is Parshvakonasana. So first of all, you bring your right arm close to the left palm. Okay, then bend forward, place your both palms on the ground and looking towards left, you raise your left arm. So the twisting is there, stretching is there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Now lowering the left palm, you lower down the right knee first, then pull the left knee close to it and raising both knees, you assume Adho Mukha Svanasana. So the both heels, they are touching the ground and head is pulled in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Okay. Now bringing both knees downward, raise your head a little. Okay, now stretch your right leg straight, then left one straight. Okay, now turn your both heels towards right side. So the left heel, it is touching the ground and right one is touching the left. And now raise your right arm upward. So you are rolled over the left arm. This is Ekahasta Shvanasana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So the neck should be very straight. Okay, now slowly lower down the right arm, roll towards right and bending your both knees, just pull your trunk backward to sit in Vajrasana. Okay. Now first you open your left leg forward. So extend the left leg from sideways. Okay. Now you just bring your left leg in a right leg in a upright position. Upright position. Good. Now turn little towards right and try to hold your right heel, right foot outer edge and keep looking towards right. Now raise your right arm sideways and slowly raise the left leg while holding it tight. This is Vakrasana. Both knees are very straight, whole body is straight. Now you try to push your both shoulders as backward as possible as to give the good twist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now bring your right arm again in front and now fold your right leg in Padmasana. So the right heel, it is sitting upon the left thigh, root of thigh. Now stretching both arms forward, raise your chin a little, push your left heel as forward as possible. So the left toe is pulled backward. Once you inhale and while exhaling, bend forward. Keep your both palms exactly parallel to ground. Hold it, bend as much as possible until your both wrists, they are going ahead to your toe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now you try to hold the heel. Grasp the both edges of your left heel. Bend your elbows and lower down your head. So the forehead, it is falling over the left knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Now slowly sit straight. Okay. Now you just push your right heel towards the left hip joint, outer edge of your left hip joint. So the both knees, they will be touching each other or they are almost close to each other. Now fold the left leg in same fashion. So this is what Gomukhasana is. So the left leg is downward and right leg is upward. Both the knees, they are together. Now fold your right arm over a back and then raise the left one upward. Okay, now fold it and hold the, have a finger lock, look straight. This is Baddha Gomukhasana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now just open the finger lock and place your both palms backward. Okay, see the finger, they are pointing ahead. Now open your left leg, open the right leg, try to keep your toes together. Now raise your head backward, okay, and slowly raise your whole body in straight line upward. This is what Purvottanasana is. In Paschimottanasana we bend forward, and here we are bending a little moderate backward. This is called Purvottana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Sit down. Now fold your both legs one by one as to assume the Vajrasana. You are sitting over your heels. Okay. Now place your both palms just below the chin. Bring your elbows together, bending forward. Let the elbows rest on the floor. See, confirm that you are sitting properly over the heels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is Shashankasana, the last posture of this sequence. Now sit straight, close your eyes and relax. So this is a very enthusiastic and very effective sequence of postures, and we are going to practice this now. So just see how to perform these postures. Let stand straight, keeping your both legs about a foot away. Now first we shall see how to perform Tiryak Tadasana. Both ways we are going to perform this. So first fold your left arm over a back. See, you have to push your fingertips towards the neck, and the left elbow, it is pushed downward. Now a little you push your left shoulder backward, little, and raise your right arm straight upward. The armpit that is almost touching the ear, stretch it to maximum. Stretch your arm upward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Breathe in, and while breathing out, bend towards left. Always keep looking at the right elbow, the upward elbow. Hold this and breathe 4 times, a longer inhalation and longer the exhalation. When you finish your 4 breath, just stand straight. This is Tiryaka Tadasana. Tada means stretched, vertical stretch, and Tiryak means we are bending sideways. Okay, now lower down the right arm, raise your left arm upward and fold the right one, or first you fold the right arm over a back, then raise the left one. See, again the fingers of your right palm, they are pushed towards the neck. The right shoulder is pushed little backward, and left arm is very straight. Now inhale, and while exhaling, bend towards right. See how the ribcage is stretched. So this is kind of upper body stretching and strengthening the legs. It helps to improve the breathing too. So this posture is important just before the pranayam. If we do pranayam or meditation, these kind of postures are very helpful. Okay, relax. This is Tiryak Tadasana. Okay, so now stand straight, relax. Once you have a good deep in breath, we did the Tiryak Tadasana from this sequence, skipping the Pratinamaskar and Vrikshasana now, as they are practiced in previous sequences. We shall see how to perform the Parshva Konasana along with Virabhadrasana. So first of all, stretch your both legs sideways. So the legs are about 3 to 3.5 feet away. Now turn your right foot towards the right side. Right toe is turned towards right. Stretch your arms sideways and just pushing the whole weight of your body on left leg. You bend your right knee. Bend the right leg to up to 90 degrees. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now bringing the left palm close to the right. Turn towards right. Now bend forward and try to place your both palms on the ground. Okay. And now stretch your right arm first sideways. Look at the right palm and then raise it upward. So this is what the Parshva Konasana is. The whole body is twisted. The right leg is lined with your spine and the left leg is in a 90-degree position. Hold this up to 4 breaths. Have long 4 breaths. So as you don't know these postures, we are practicing these postures in segment, and after 3-4 practices we can practice the whole sequence of 12 postures. Okay, now again you raise your both arms in front and slowly raise your trunk and stand straight. So for a while you can bring your both legs closer, lower down your arms. You can relax your legs in whatever fashion you like. You can walk a little or just keep raising the heels. Okay. Now just raise your right leg little and have a rotation, toe rotation. Toe. So clockwise and anti-clockwise. The other one, other leg. So once clockwise, then anti-clockwise. Okay. Now again we shall perform the Parshva Konasana on other side. So stretch your legs apart. Now stretch your both arms sideways. Turn your left toe towards the left side. Okay. The whole weight is to be put on the right leg and slowly bend your left knee until the thigh is parallel to ground. The knee is making right angle. Hold this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now bring your right palm close to the left. Bend forward. Now lower down your palms and place your both palms close to your left toe, both sideways, and slowly raise the left arm straight from left side. So see, the whole body is in one line, right from the right heel, then right knee, lower back and the whole spine. Hold it for 4 breaths. Parshva Konasana, balancing and twisting. So here we are strengthening the leg muscles and we are squeezing the abdomen, and even it needs lot of concentration. Okay, now the next posture is in a sitting way. So just lower down your right knee, okay, and be seated in a comfortable way. So you can extend your both legs. So today we are going to practice the most difficult posture in this sequence. That is Padma Janushirasana. So we are supposed to bend the either leg in Padmasana and bend forward. Let's see what is the posture. Just have a look once. One leg is in Padmasana and bending forward. Try to hold the heel with both palms and bend forward. This is the final posture. Okay, so let's practice this. So see how to do this. First you have just toe rotation 5 times from left side, 5 times from right side. Okay, now you bend the legs one by one in Padmasana. So start with any leg. So bend the knee and try to place it in Padmasana. Now extend the same and fold the other leg. So this is the way we need to practice Padmasana initially. So always you try to push your knee until it is touching the floor. See, always the heel, it is touching the lower abdomen. Now we shall perform the next step of this posture. So see, your right leg heel, it is sitting over the left thigh, the root of thigh. Okay, and the left leg is very straight. See, your left leg should be very straight. See, the left toe is pointing backward. Yes. Now stretch your both arms straight, line with your shoulder. Raise your chin a little and slowly bend forward. So for a while hold this posture. Initially you need to extend the lower back muscles and the posterior thigh muscles, hamstring muscles. So hold this. Just keep exhaling as longer as possible while performing all postures where you need to squeeze your abdomen and extend the posterior muscle. The exhalation is very important. So you should exhale very consciously. So as and when you exhale, you are bending forward. So effortlessly you can bend forward if you just observe a conscious long exhalation. Okay, now you try to hold your toe first with both palms. So here we shall have a little neck exercise. You just lower down your chin, pull it towards the chest and try to bend your both elbows as much as you can. Now again raise your elbows and raise the head. Now the chin is pointing upward. Okay, now again lower down your both elbows and lower down the head. Once again, raise the elbows, straighten them and raise your head. And now slowly, first you inhale, and while exhaling, bend your both elbows as good as lower down your head and try to press your forehead against the left knee. Now see your toe, left toe, it should be tilted little inward, so the calf muscle is stretched properly, the left leg is very straight. One, inhale and exhale longer. Now breathe thrice and then slowly release the posture. Now extend your right leg. You can have a little toe movement if you like. Now the same posture with the other leg. So fold your left leg in Padmasana. See the heel, it is almost touching the right groin and lowest abdomen. The left knee, it is sitting on the ground, left knee it is touching the ground, and right toe it is pulled little backward. Okay. Now extend your arms in front, sit straight. Now inhale, and while exhaling, bend forward. So just hold yourself here, don't try to go forward. Normally what people do, they try to catch hold the toe in a very hasty way. So please don't do this. Just keep your both arms parallel to ground and observe the long exhalation for about 3 to 4 times. So automatically the posterior muscles of the whole body, they get stretched, and the anterior, especially the abdomen and the upper thigh muscles, they should be shrink. So these two things, they happen in a very comfortable way if you keep extending the exhalation consciously. Just exhale consciously. The normal inhalation and extended exhalation. Okay. Now catch hold the toe. Okay. Now raise your head a little. Inhale. While exhaling, bend your elbows and lower down your head. Pull your chin towards the chest and bend your elbows. Bend them to maximum. Okay. Now again, straightening the elbows, raise your head. Once more we shall do the same, bending elbows, lower down the head. Now again raise your head and straighten the elbows. Now lastly you inhale, and while exhaling, bend both elbows to push them towards the ground to maximum. Push your elbows towards the ground. Yes, and let the forehead touching knee. Okay, hold it for 4 breaths. Extended 4 breaths. And release. Release. So in this sequence we have the forward bending, stretching, side bending, twisting, and the second last posture of the sequence is Purvottanasana. That is a kind of backward bending, balancing and strengthening the chest and arm muscles. So first of all, you keep your both legs straight, toes pointing forward. Now just see, the palms should be kept little away from the body, about a foot away from your hip joint. Okay, now first you raise your chin. Yes, so raise it to maximum, yes, and slowly raise your whole body upward, lift it. Yes, so the whole body is in one line again. Now the knees are very straight and the chin is pointing backward. See, the both fingertips, they are pointing towards the heels, and both toes, they are touching the ground. Purvottanasana, extending the anterior part of the body and shrinking down the posterior part. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Relax. Okay. Now you can just have a rest for 2 minutes, a Shavasana. In Shavasana, we are supposed to assume the dead body posture physically, the very first thing. Then the second feature of Shavasana is zero speed of breath. So no breathing is going on. So the next effort in Shavasana is to lower down the speed of breath. Normally we breathe around 15 to 18 times a minute. So you can extend the inhalation and exhalation for about 20 seconds together. So inhalation up to 8 or 10 counts, followed by exhalation up to 8 or 10 counts. Sorry, 10 to 12 counts. Then the speed of breath is 3 per minute. So this is the very initial practice of Shavasana. In Shavasana we need to relax the muscles. So as we keep exhaling consciously and extended, the muscles, they get relaxed. Always the practice of postures should be concluded by practice of Shavasana. We did pranayam. Along with pranayam, we did some postures. Today we try to see the sequence of posture, and we practiced about 4 postures out of the sequence, and here we are going to practice some breathing activity. So this breathing activity I call it as a stabilization activity. So in stabilizer, the energy is stabilized. So in the same way, chanting Omkar and doing Bhasrika together, it works like a energy stabilizer. So as we are going to perform this breathing activity, we should know some postures in which you can sit for pranayam or meditation. So these postures are called meditative postures. So here what you are looking is just a simple sukhasana, folding the both legs in a comfortable way. But many times it happens we just fall down. So the backward muscles, they are stretched, your abdominal muscles are locked, and in pranayam we need to sit straight. So as to sit straight, there are some prescribed postures. First is Siddhasana. So see how to perform Siddhasana. Your both legs are extended. First you fold your right leg, your heel is pulled towards the groin muscles, and then left heel, it is sitting on the right heel. So this is what Siddhasana is, and in some scriptures this posture is also called as a Vajrasana. But still, for some people it is difficult to sit straight, to keep the backbone very straight. So next posture is Swastikasana. So see how to perform this. First you fold your both knees a little and pull your either toe just below the knee. So here left toe, it is sitting just below the right knee, and right toe, it is sitting just below the left knee. So both toes, they are hiding, they are being pressed by the calf and thigh muscles, and both knees, they are falling on the ground. Especially this posture is prescribed for female folk, and Siddhasana is prescribed for male folk. Then next is Padmasana. So almost all people you know. Let's see Padmasana. So keeping the both legs in crossway, the crossway heels, they are sitting over the thighs. And then Vajrasana. In Vajrasana, we are folding both knees. The both knees, they are together, and both toes are together, both heels, they are stretched little apart, and we are sitting over the heels. So this is what Vajrasana is. Now, anyone comfortable to you, you can choose. Here the Vajrasana is the most comfortable way to keep the vertebral column very straight, and your abdominal wall and especially the diaphragm, it is at comfort level. So let's see what is the stabilizing breathing. So first you have to recite one long Omkar, followed by Bhasrika for about 21 to 25 beats on either side, and then again Omkar. So first of all you just see. So let's see how to perform this sequence. First we shall have a Omkar chanting. Now Basrika on the other side. And then Omkar again. So first Omkar, last Omkar. After first Omkar, we shall perform Basrika through right nostril, then second Omkar, then Basrika through left, and then third Omkar. So, sorry. In this way, we can practice Omkar and Basrika together, which helps us to stabilize the whole energy. It helps us to relax our mind, relax the brain, and helps to maintain a good activity or a tone of lungs and heart too. So the sequence will be like this: first Omkar, then Basrika on either side, again Omkar, Basrika on the other side, then Omkar. So first Omkar, Basrika, Omkar, Basrika, Omkar, Basrika. Always the Basrika should be performed once from the right nostril, then left, then again right, then left. So here today we are going to practice 5 Omkars together and 4 times Basrika. But you can do the same 7 Omkars, 9 Omkars, always the odd number of Omkar and in between even number of Basrika. So let's begin. Now 21 beats of Basrika through right nostril. This is forceful inhalation and exhalation without opening the lips, without making any unwanted movement of your shoulders, cheeks, abdomen. So just you neglect the abdominal movement. Let it go. Don't do any kind of deliberate contraction and extension of abdominal wall. Okay, now again after 21 beats, Omkar. Close your right nostril and through the left 21 beats. Again Omkar. Bhasrika through right nostril. Bhasrika through left. And last Omkar. The together Bhasrika and Omkar, it will calm down your mind, it will help you to improve the concentration, it empowers the heart muscles. Here the brain is supplied with a good amount of oxygenated blood. Thus, doing this is very helpful. It energizes one, and at the same time it calms down the mind. So you can continue with this calmness for whatever the time permits you. Thank you.